Hey, what's going on, FBG fam? So there's something that I wanted to address today. I went ahead and removed that full Neuronic guide video that I put out last night. And the reason being is because apparently I made a mistake. I said you can only unlock 4 Neuronics, and apparently you can unlock all of them. So because of that reason and because of that mistake, I went ahead and removed that video. I want you to have a clear understanding that I pride myself on being a credible source of information for Snowbreak and any other game that I may cover here on the channel. I never want to be known for misinformation. So if I ever make a mistake or if I ever get something wrong, I have no problems owning up to that mistake and correcting it as I'm doing today. I want you guys to understand that it's not about views and it's not about revenue on this channel. It's about you guys, the community, and it's about myself, making sure that I do my due diligence and I provide you the correct information. And when you come here, you can have a good time, you can enjoy yourself, and you can also know that you're getting the right information for whatever game and whatever topic you're looking for. So I went ahead and removed that video. I do not want to have that on the channel. Now, the rest of the video, in terms of the information that I provided, I believe was of correctness. So with all of that being said, I wanted to go ahead and redo the video today. I want to go ahead and go in depth about Neuronics once again, just in case you missed that last video, and I want to go ahead and explain it in a proper way. I also want to thank you guys for having my back, the FBG fam, and being able to correct my mistakes in a respectful way. And I do truly appreciate all the support. It really does mean the world to me. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. And basically, I'm going to explain what I did in that last video, because once again, I think I had some good information there. It was just that one mistake that I had to go ahead and omit. So let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I'm going to go ahead and explain this as concisely as possible in the simplest way possible for you to understand. So each operative has a standard, support, and ultimate skill, and they also have what I like to call a passive skill. We're going to go more in depth about that here in just a second. They also have manifestations that unlock additional benefits that you can get with dupes from the character. Now, you can either get dupes from the gacha if you are a Leviathan whale and you want to go ahead and swipey swipe. I did that joke last time. But you can also use shards that you can farm up and be able to unlock it this way. So you have two ways that you can do that. Now, Neuronics are completely different from manifestations, meaning that Neuronics enhance what you already have within that operative, which is the standard, support, and ultimate skill. If we take a look at this one, this is going to enhance Kaguya's standard skill. So originally, Kaguya has the Moon Dart standard skill where she throws one Moon Dart and it flies around her. When you unlock this Neuronic, it is now 3 stacks of the Moon Darts, so you can have multiple Moon Darts flying around you. Now, this one is for her support skill, where now she can CC the enemies. Before, you just throw the dart in front of you and it does damage, but it does not CC them. So that's what I mean by it enhance your existing skills already. The bottom one here is going to CC the enemies with the ultimate. Before, the ultimate just does damage, but it does not CC them. So when it comes to the Neuronics, there are different ones that you can unlock depending on your gameplay style and what you prefer. Now, eventually, you will be able to unlock them all, but in the beginning, it really is dependent on how you use that operative, which ones you want to unlock first. So for example, if you use your Kaguya on point, meaning that you use her primarily in battle, then you would probably want to go with this Neuronic right here, because this is going to provide you more DPS while you're using your Kaguya out on the field and you have support characters helping her out. Or if you use her more in the support role, then you can unlock this one because you're going to be using her support skill more often, coupled with this one where it follows the enemies. This is going to be way more beneficial for you. DPS Kaguya is probably going to take advantage of the first one here, this one right here where you get some really good burst damage as well as CCing capabilities, and maybe this one where you have your ult last longer as well. So once again, it just really depends on your playstyle. It really depends on how you like to use that operative. Will determine which ones you unlock first and take advantage of. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that you also have to keep in mind is that with the Neuronics, you can reset the skills. So let's say, for example, you use support Kaguya, you unlock the support skill, but you're not a big fan of it and you want to actually do DPS Kaguya, you can refund those resources. But keep in mind, when you do refund the resources, they are stuck on that operative, meaning the refunded resources you get back, you cannot use on any other operative. It can only be used on Kaguya. So you have to keep that in mind when you're unlocking Neuronics and you're unlocking it for a specific operative. You have to make sure that you like that operative and you do use her. You can't just use these resources in any which way that you want. Let's say, as a prime example, you unlock the Neuronic for Cherno, but you realize you don't like using Cherno, so you want to refund these resources and use them on a different operative. You can't. it's got to be on Cherno. So I just want to make sure I stress that point. Now let's go ahead into the Neuronics, because this is where you're going to be able to actually unlock it. Now here, one thing you have to keep in mind as well that's very important is once you start unlocking Neuronic tree here, the nodes, you have to complete this process before you can move on to another one. So once you start, you have to complete the full tree, and then you can move on to the next one. So make sure this is the one that you want to unlock. As you start to unlock these nodes, you start to gain alignment indexes. So the first one's going to be 5, the second one's going to be 10, and then the third one is going to enhance the said skill of the Neuronic that you're unlocking for the tree. As you can see, it's going to increase damage of Lunar Eclipse Storm per time to 40% of Acacia's attack. And then we move on from there, +5, +10, and then it unlocks another skill all the way until you get to the big gold one here, where it actually unlocks that Neuronic skill that you're looking for. Now, the alignment index, we talked about this when we were discussing the passive skill. If we go back over here and we go back to the operative, we go to the skill and we go over to the passive skill here, this is where the alignment index come into play. So you saw you got +5, +10. For each 100 alignment index increases by an extra 1%. Every operative in the game has a unique passive to themselves that are associated with the alignment index. So in this case, for Kaguya, increases full squad's damage dealt to targets inflicted with a movement speed reduction by 5%. And then once again, for each 100 alignment index, increases by an extra 1%. So as you're unlocking Neuronics and you're getting those indexes, is going to be a direct correlation to increasing your alignment index, or your passive skill right here, I should say. As another prime example, we can go to Frisia Hush here. We can go to the passive skill. And for Frisia's U energy consumption decreases by 3.5%, decreasing by an extra 2% for each 100 alignment index, increases full squad's max U energy by 20. Once again, every operative is unique with their passive. So make sure you do your due diligence, go into your operative, see what their passive skill is, and when you're unlocking Neuronic, see the benefits that you are obtaining. You can also go right here and you can click on this. This might be easier, and see what is directly correlated with the index that you're obtaining in relation to the passive skill that you're unlocking. So that is Neuronics in a nutshell. Once again, I had to go ahead and correct that part about unlocking. I made an assumption, that was a mistake, and I'll make sure not to try and make those mistakes again in the future. Once again, thank you guys so much for all the support. I do truly appreciate it. It means the world to me. I hope you guys have the peace of mind of knowing that if I do make a mistake, I'll make sure to correct it. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. My name is Cody. You call me further. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.